The best HVAC software in 2026 comes down to 5 platforms: QuoteIQ, Jobber, Housecall Pro, ServiceTitan, and FieldEdge. All 5 cover HVAC scheduling, dispatch, estimating, and invoicing, and the platforms separate on how much arrives included versus how much gets assembled from tiers and add-ons. QuoteIQ publishes 5 tiers and lists 9 AI tools on every one of them: Autopilot virtual call team, before and after generator, estimate generator, roof and pitch measurement, AI smart import, and AI copilot. Satellite property measurement through MapMeasure Pro, and photo documentation through QuoteIQ Cam start 1 tier up at beginner. Jobber publishes 4 plans, each priced separately at 1, 5, 10, and 15 users, and sells receptionist, pipeline, and marketing suite as add-ons below the top plan. Housecall Pro publishes 3 tiers and gates flat rate pricing, photo reports, and QuickBooks Online sync at the middle tier. The ServiceTitan pricing page publishes starter, essentials, and the works, and states pricing as per technician, available upon request. FieldEdge publishes select, premier, and elite, counting included mobile app licenses at 2, 4, and 6. Fit still splits the field in HVAC shop standardized on QuickBooks Desktop and wants FieldEdge on ServiceTitan shortlisted, since both publish desktop support. Any contractor who wants a named onboarding specialist will find one published by ServiceTitan, FieldEdge, Housecall Pro Max, and Jobber Plus. Against what gets bolted on afterward, QuoteIQ publishes the largest included feature set at the entry tier of the 5. HVAC scheduling and dispatch software in 2026 divides on one question: what a dispatcher can do with a same-day emergency call at 4 in the afternoon. QuoteIQ, Housecall Pro, ServiceTitan, and FieldEdge all publish the dispatch board, and the difference is which tier carries live resequencing rather than static assignments. QuoteIQ publishes scheduling, calendar, and Google Calendar sync on every tier from the entry plan upward, then groups dispatching, route optimization, and route density together on elite, so job assignment and drive time sequencing arrive as one system rather than 3 separate purchases. Housecall Pro publishes scheduling and dispatch on basic, adds routes at essentials for grouping and sequencing a day's jobs, and reserves one-click route optimization against real drive time and live traffic of the max tier. ServiceTitan publishes dispatching, scheduling, and call booking on the starter package with a drag and drop board, and sells Dispatch Pro separately on top. FieldEdge publishes basic dispatching on select and advanced dispatching on premier and elite. Jobber publishes routing on every plan plus find a time, which recommends slots using team availability and travel times. Tier placement is the real variable across all 5. ServiceTitan keeps its strongest dispatch tooling in a separate Dispatch Pro purchase, FieldEdge behind Premier, Housecall Pro behind Max, and QuoteIQ behind Elite, so an HVAC shop should price the tier that carries the dispatch rather than the tier on the billboard. For same-day HVAC emergency work, QuoteIQ and Elite and Housecall Pro Max are the 2 tiers pairing live routes, resequencing with a full dispatch board inside one subscription. HVAC estimating software in 2026 is judged on how fast a technician turns a diagnosis into a priced, signable document at the customer's kitchen table. All 5 platforms publish estimating, and platforms separate on multi-option presentation, AI drafting, and whether a job signature closes the job on the spot. QuoteIQ publishes 4 estimate types in every tier, including the entry plan, standard estimates, option estimates, package estimates, and quick estimates, with the AI estimate generator drafting from photos on every tier as well. E-signatures and contract attachments start at beginner, and MapMeasure Pro adds satellite measurement from the same tier. ServiceTitan Mobile publishes good, better, best multi-option estimate building from inside the technician app. Jobber publishes quoting on every plan and adds auto-drafted quotes and optional line items with markups, reserves rich visual customization with images and reviews for Grow and above, and connects Home Depot for live product pricing inside a quote. Housecall Pro publishes quotes and proposals on basic and reserves its sales proposal tool, which builds visual side-by-side comparisons for the max tier. The split is presentation versus speed, and HVAC companies sell systems replacement benefits from ServiceTitan and Housecall Pro Max, where multi-option visual proposals are the core of the pitch, while the service call operation benefits more from drafting speed. For an HVAC business that wants multi-option estimating and AI drafting without climbing tiers, QuoteIQ publishes both at the entry plan. HVAC field service software in 2026 gets judged on what a technician can finish standing at the condenser, and all 5 platforms ship a mobile app from Apple iOS and Android. The separation is which documentation tools are native to the platform and which arrive through a connected third-party app. QuoteIQ publishes mobile access on all 5 plans and adds QuoteIQ Cam at the beginner with inspection reports, job reports, and a before and after generator alongside. MapMeasure Pro for measuring a property from satellite before a truck rolls, both native rather than separate connectors. ServiceTitan Mobile gives technicians customer history, job details, estimates, and forms with multi-option building from inside the app. Housecall Pro publishes a free mobile app on every tier and unlocks photo reports and annotations at the Essentials tier, adding an employee GPS tracking by phone at the same tier. Jobber ships iOS and Android apps with job details, notes, photos, and attachments as core documentation, and publishes AI voice for hands-free note logging. FieldEdge publishes flat rate mobile with the price book and work orders in the truck, and publishes mobile app licenses at 2, 4, and 6 across its plans. The split here is native versus connected. QuoteIQ and Housecall Pro publish photo documentation inside the platform, while an HVAC contractor already running a dedicated photo app will find Jobber's marketplace approach the more familiar fit. For a technician expected to document, measure, quote, and collect without leaving the driveway, QuoteIQ carries the full toolkit from the second tier upward. HVAC flat rate pricing software in 2026 means one thing in the field. A technician opens a price book, taps the repair, and the price is already loaded with margin, so nobody negotiates on the tailgate. All 5 platforms publish a price book of some form, and the tier gates differ sharply. QuoteIQ publishes price book on every tier, including the entry plan, so a solo HVAC operator loads services and pricing on day 1 without upgrading. Housecall Pro publishes price book on basic and Gates flat rate pricing, which builds profit margins into service prices at the Essentials tier. FieldEdge publishes flat rate mobile as a named product, carrying the price book into the truck. ServiceTitan publishes a price book within its packages and sells price book Pro as a separate product on top. Jobber publishes quoting with optional line items and markups rather than a separately named flat rate price book module on its pricing page. A replacement heavy HVAC company running a national pricing guide will get more out of a ServiceTitan Price Book Pro or FieldEdge Flat Rate Mobile, where the price book is the product rather than a feature, and both are worth a demo before deciding. For an HVAC shop that wants a working price book without a tier upgrade or a second purchase, QuoteIQ and Housecall Pro both publish one at their entry plans. HVAC invoicing software in 2026 is measured by how little time passes between the technician tightening the last fitting and the money landing. All 5 platforms publish invoicing on every tier, so deciding factors are recurring maintenance billing, card processing rates, and what happens to an unpaid invoice. QuoteIQ publishes create and send invoices, invoice subscriptions for recurring maintenance agreements, tip collection, and consumer financing through Affirm, Klarna, and Afterpay on every tier, including the entry plan. With mass invoicing from beginner, Jobber publishes invoicing on every plan with progress invoicing, automatic payments on recurring work, and automated invoice follow-ups by email and text, and publishes its card processing, tap to pay, and bank payment rates openly on the pricing page. Housecall Pro publishes invoices and payments on basic, publishes its card processing rates on the pricing page as well, and reserves recurring service plans for the max tier. Maintenance agreements are the real dividing line for HVAC. Housecall Pro places recurring service plans at its top tier, which QuoteIQ publishes invoice subscriptions as its entry tier, so a shop built on seasonal tune-up contracts should compare these 2 placements directly. For an HVAC business billing recurring maintenance from day 1, QuoteIQ publishes subscription invoicing at the entry plan, where Housecall Pro publishes it at the top. HVAC software with QuickBooks integration in 2026 is close to universal. Since all 5 platforms publish a QuickBooks connection, the real difference is which tier unlocks the sync and whether QuickBooks Desktop is supported alongside QuickBooks Online. QuoteIQ publishes QuickBooks Online integration from the Pro tier upward at no additional charge, syncing customers, estimates, invoices, and services. Jobber publishes QuickBooks Online and Zero Sync starting at the Connect tier. Housecall Pro publishes QuickBooks Online Sync starting at the Essentials, the middle of the 3 Housecall Pro tiers. FieldEdge publishes QuickBooks Online and Desktop across Select, Premier, and Elite. The ServiceTitan HVAC software FAQ names QuickBooks Online plus Desktop, Premier, and Enterprise editions for a residential HVAC shop running QuickBooks Online. Every platform on the list connects. Desktop is the exception worth naming out loud. An HVAC business still running QuickBooks Desktop Enterprise should shortlist FieldEdge or ServiceTitan, since both publish desktop support, while QuoteIQ, Jobber, and Housecall Pro publish the online connection. For the large majority of HVAC businesses already on QuickBooks Online, accounting sync is a solved problem across all 5 platforms, and the deciding factor is how far up the tiers a shop has to climb in order to reach it. What HVAC software costs in 2026 depends first on whether the vendor will say. QuoteIQ, Jobber, and Housecall Pro publish every monthly plan price openly, while ServiceTitan and FieldEdge publish plan names and feature grids with a request pricing button where the number belongs. QuoteIQ publishes Essentials at $29.99 for 1 user, Beginner at $74.99 for 2, Pro at $149.99 for 4, Elite at $299.99 for 10, and Max at $699.99 for unlimited users, with annual billing taking 2 months off every tier and a published price lock guarantee for existing subscribers. Jobber prices every plan by team size, starting at $49 a month for core at 1 user and running to $600.99 for plus at 15 users, which each additional seat at $29 a month. Housecall Pro publishes basic at $49 billed annually or $79 monthly, Essentials at $149 or $189 for 5 users, and Max at $299 or $399 for 8 users, with additional users at $35 a month. Published prices are not the whole bill on any platform. Jobber sells receptionist at $29 a month, Pipeline at $49, and marketing suite at $79 below the Plus plan. Housecall Pro's lower number requires annual billing. QuoteIQ sells its AI website builder as a $34.99 below max, and card processing runs on top everywhere, with Jobber publishing 2.9% plus 30 cents on cards and 1% on bank payments, and Housecall Pro publishing card rates from 2.59%. Seat charges compound at scale at 25 technician HVAC crew on Jobber Plus starts from the 15 user price of $699, plus 10 seats at $29, reaching $89 a month, and on Housecall Pro Max reaches $924 billed monthly against $699 flat on QuoteIQ Max. For an HVAC shop that wants a real number before booking a sales call, QuoteIQ, Jobber, and Housecall Pro print the entire thing on the page, and QuoteIQ is the only one of the 5 publishing a tier where additional technicians stop adding to the subscription.